Chapter 15, Music and Health. I'm Cole Smith, and before we begin, let me just say that my color of PowerPoint presentation was not as pretty this time as it was last time. I should have changed that, but I didn't. And now that the important stuff's out of the way, we can get to the fun stuff. Alright, music therapy. The book defines it as the clinical, evidence-based use of music interventions to accomplish individualized goals. Within a therapeutic, you get the point. Basically, there is a process to become a music therapist. The process involves some of the same classes I needed to take as a music education major. However, there were some changes, such as I didn't take anything called abnormal psychology or clinical practicum. Some of these classes require like 1,000 hours of supervision in the clinical setting, and then you become board certified. The uses of music therapy include things such as Alzheimer's disease, autism, cerebral palsy, dyslexia, Parkinson's disease, premature and newborn infants, and psychiatric disorders. Now, the one of these that was the most surprising to me would be the premature and newborn infants. I was not aware how music therapy could affect infants from this standpoint. So the book tells us that music has a positive effect on premature infants, including lowered heart rate, higher oxygen saturation, and shorter stays in the neonatal intensive care unit. So that's interesting. And then live music therapy is more effective. That's pretty cool. Next, we have music medicine defined, and it is defined through multidisciplinary scientific evaluation, including mathematical, physical, physiological. You, again, get the point. I'll let you read that. Moving on. The use of music, as opposed to other practices and methods, has the benign advantage of avoiding toxic reactions and speeding up recovery time. Next, we have psychoneuroimmunology. This is the study of interactions among the brain, behavior, and the immune system. So, in the books on page 292, for those of you who want to follow along, this is where it discusses how music can be found to reduce stress. It has been found to relieve some anxiety for people who are about to go through surgery. It's got a lot of benefits in the medical field, clearly. Here's a specific example. Aphasia is the loss of ability to understand or express speech, and melodic intonation therapy is used to help patients intone speech with exaggerated and rhythmic and pitch stress. So, basically, what this does is it uses the right side of the brain to help out the left side of the brain. And I thought that was a pretty cool use of music therapy. And there's been benefits to it. It's been working based on some of these articles in the book that the book mentions. Cool stuff. Now we get to the most pertinent to me part of the chapter, performing arts problems. Yeah, hearing health, vocal health, bodily health, and psychosocial health. So, hearing health. As a band teacher, in the fall, it is time for that marching band season. The book basically has a whole page dedicated to all of the problems of that pesky brass and percussion, and how they just cause us all problems. Basically, it just says, wear earplugs. That'll help. That's something I should probably invest in get some earplugs. Vocal health. This one is more pertinent to the choral teachers. Teachers in general talk a lot. When you throw in some singing into the mix, it's just asking for trouble. So the book provides some ways in which you can hopefully prevent any issues with your voice. It mentions vocal rest, drinking water, exercising, but then hopefully that can prevent the medications and surgery that the book also mentions. Bodily health. Back to the instrumentalists and their problems. Anything from posture to how you hold the instrument to how you repeatedly finger along in a passage, or a lot of problems that can be created through playing instruments, especially if you do it incorrectly. So that's a very important aspect of musical therapy, is I think just being aware of problems that can arise. Psychosocial health. This is one that a lot of students in my undergraduate dealt with. I don't necessarily think I did, but others did. And that big one was performance anxiety. That can be mildly annoying or completely debilitating, according to the book. And the stress can cause other problems to other parts of your life. So music therapy has its definite uses and benefits in our overall lives. I think I covered all that I needed to cover, and I will have a prompt in the discussion. Thank you, and I will see you around.